crank it up. I'm Jim Price, and today for Calling All Titans, I want to take a look at the Dinosaur Titan, which for this video, I will call Fort Titanosaurus. Regardless of whether or not you feel dinosaurs need a Titan, we knew we were getting one because of the box art seemingly confirming it. I have always liked dinosaurs, even though they have some cards that are bad fits, and I think it's great when a good dinosaur pairing comes along. Did I think dinosaurs needed a Titan? It depends on what the baseline is considered, but what I like about Fort Titanosaurus is how it compares to Titan McTitanface. Sharks were solid, but McTitanface feels like a shove forward because it's a very big boost, but Titanosaurus feels like a nudge, and that's what optional Titans should feel like, a nudge forward. Give them a little boost, solidify their strategy, and call it a day. I think Fort Titanosaurus does the best job of all of these Titans, and it will be easy to see why. But before we get to the ability, we have to ask our usual 3 questions and figure out where dinosaurs went wrong, what they need, and if a Titan can give them that. For followers of this channel, this is nothing new. Armor Stego gives power to everyone but you. Lasertops is mandatory destruction, and destruction is bad, and this destruction is lackluster compared to other cards. Howl implies a swarm context that doesn't exist, and is a double feature no less. Upgrade is an underwhelming modifier. Despite all this, dinosaurs still have King Rex, Augmentation, Rampage, War Raptors, which is a good base that can carry them with the right partner. They really struggle with having too many terminal actions, having 5 of them, and incentivize destruction when they should just blow past their opponents. So it'll be interesting to see how Titanosaurus approaches these. Looking at the special, we can see that Titanosaurus eats one of your minions to come into play. It replaces the power with power counters, and at first I thought this was odd because you were taking one minion off the field, which makes Howl even worse, but I'll address that later. You cannot have played a minion during that phase 2, so you cannot bring out Titanosaurus on turn 1, but the lack of a start of turn does create some intrigue in terms of Titan trades with Titans that will be revealed later. Titanosaurus replaces the power on its base, which will matter later. Moving on to the ongoing, Titanosaurus gives the dinosaurs a little boost that they need. Once per turn, after you play a directly affecting action, you can generate up to 2 counters, one for the Titan and one for one of those minions. Note that this works with destruction, as you can just give the counter to Titanosaurus, but the greater likelihood is that augmentation becomes a 5 or a 6. Upgrade becomes a 3 or a 4. But this is perhaps most interesting for Howl. Because the dinosaurs have so many terminal actions, they might forego their action more often than I would like, but this actually makes Howl better. When Howl is played in a non-terminal context, it effectively becomes a +2 power counter card. It's not great, but it is better, particularly when you combine it with the talent. If Titanosaurus has 4 or more power counters, he becomes TDAC. Thankfully, it's not straight TDAC because that's an honor reserved for other Titans apparently, but card draw really helps dinosaurs. They often need to chain their best plays together, and card draw helps with consistency. King Rex in augmentation is still great, but you need them both at the same time. If you don't get to combo War Raptors, or if they get removed too soon, then the likelihood of the next combo goes down because you have one less War Raptor to count on. It's possible to achieve talent draw a card on its first turn, because you can eat an Armor Stego and then play Howl, turning Howl into 2 counters and a card, which is average. You can also eat a Lasertops immediately. The interesting thing about these 2 dinosaurs is that they have no equity, so they can easily die, and all you need to do is have them stay out for 1 turn. Admittedly, it's a shame since this Titan doesn't make use of Armor Stego's value proposition, it just erases it, but as I'll talk about later, that may be a necessary compromise. So what Titanosaurus does is give dinosaurs a chance at 1 or 2 extra power, often heavily localized, and eventual card draw. Because Titanosaurus requires 4 power, the card draw won't last particularly long, but you aren't necessarily losing anything either since you gain the minion's power. As long as the minion doesn't really need to be in play, you shouldn't have problems eating someone. This actually creates some external synergies in cases where you want to eat someone. And I found that this is what Titanosaurus primarily does in terms of making new combos. But one of the dinosaur combos I've liked since it came out was Dinosaur Hydra, because Hydra can both collect and play the War Raptors. Now though, Titanosaurus can also be a source of destruction for the Hydra agents. Hydra's premise was that you replace 1 with 2, usually netting 2 power with no other synergies, but here you are netting 4. For an internal dinosaur play, starting your turn with Titanosaurus, killing a Hydra agent for 2 War Raptors would be 10 power, and you haven't used any of your regular plays. Another War Raptor makes that 17. But there's a subtle nuance to this combo that is really interesting, and it has to do with Titanosaurus' ongoing. Howl gives every minion the power, and Titanosaurus can boost any minion. Because of Hydra's raw power, and the fact that Hydra spreads well, I found that the power counter minion does not need to be on the base that's scoring. If you could stage one Hydra agent for the next base, it would get the counter and be a 3. That means that Titanosaurus has more power on the next turn, and is one step closer to T-Deck, letting you potentially snowball. This combo gets to trade Zola bursts with War Raptor bursts, getting just a little bit more efficient in terms of cards and minions needed. Because the minion only needs to be yours, not stay yours, Fort Titanosaurus has some interesting plays with kitty cats. One of the issues with kitty cats is that you can kill everything in sight, but that's just a war of attrition for a faction that doesn't add much power. However, imagine using Queen Fluffy to take control of a minion, then using Titanosaurus to kill it rather than Whiskers. You get an alternate play for killing rather than an extra action, but you still get the flexibility of extra actions that dinosaurs love. Cat's Paw can remove a leader, let you use its ability, then destroy it permanently and draw a card. As a terminal play, that's really good, and it can make solos more plausible. Kitty Cats having a special is also friendly to Titanosaurus because it gives an opportunity to trigger outside your turns. We also need to talk about the significance of what 1 power means for dinosaurs because it's actually more than it seems. Previously, they had an easy 11 power King Rex Rampage play. Now it's 12 or 13. If you gave the dinosaurs an extra action, instead of a 22 power Rampage drop, you were looking at 24, plus a net power counter to Titanosaurus for a total of 25. And if you could spread out easily, given that Titanosaurus should be at least 2 power for the kill, 27 power should break anything instantly. So who excels at spreading and can provide extra actions? One answer is Wizards. These Titans are also really good to exchange, because you can't afford to play Arcane Protector back-to-back turns if you're using its power, but Titanosaurus is relatively easy to play. You do get extra actions, and spreading out with the lower power minions means it's difficult to telegraph because you could attack any base. The Wizard card draw and searching also makes this play very easy. For my final combo, I want to make use of the renewable destruction of Titanosaurus, and Russian Fairy Tales has an interesting play here. At the start of your turn, the Birch becomes the Birch Woman, but the Birch can become the Birch Woman at any phase. Because of an admittedly awful precedent set with Ninja Acolyte, minions played at the start of your turn do not count as minions played on your turn, because that means phase 2, so the Birch Woman does not block Titanosaurus. So Titanosaurus can immediately eat the Birch Woman for 4 power, which can replay the Birch on another base to keep the combo going. In this combo, the Birch somewhat telegraphs where Titanosaurus is going to go, but it's still fun because you get a free sacrificial victim who is strong enough to unlock the Titan's T-Deck. This ends up being just enough of a boost to get this combo going. Water of Life can easily recur King Rex, which Titanosaurus can draw. Grey Wolf into King Rex into Rampage is an easy 16 power drop. You can potentially get an even bigger Titanosaurus with Bewitched, but the timing of if, which is not really well defined, is not something I'm always convinced worked in their favor. Regardless, the Russian card draw and deck sifting let dinosaurs reach their best cards, and you can eat the Birch Woman all game long. Outside of external synergy benefits, the Dinosaur Titan is giving them 1 to 2 power counters per turn and the card draw at best, which feels right. It gives more meaning to their terminal actions by giving them a non-terminal use case, while letting other cards provide a slight boost at the same time. When you think about it, Upgrade is an example of a card that didn't age well at all, but any directly affecting neutral action becomes Upgrade as a result. If dinosaurs are going to get a Titan, I'm glad it's just a nudge, because they don't need much. I only see 2 minor issues with this Titan. The first is that it doesn't make use of Armor Stego or Laser Top's ability, it just absorbs their power. I'm not sure if there is an elegant solution to this, and it seems like a necessary evil. The second issue is that while some Titans cost a play which gets forfeited in a clash, if Titanosaurus gets clashed, you effectively lost both the previous play and the minion itself. Any attempt to defend the Titan borders on power creep, so you have to be very conscious when playing against other Titans, and now there are many more to consider. What are your initial thoughts on Fort Titanosaurus, and who are you looking to pair with this Titan? Let me know in the comments. Thanks for watching, be sure to like and subscribe, let's shut it down.